Hey guys, it's your buddy Rome. In this video, we're going to take a look at some accessories for the new Action 6. Now, I know a lot of you guys just got your Action 6 and you've been thinking about what accessories are you going to add to this camera. Well, I have a few accessories that were sent out to me by Telesin, and we're going to unbox them and take a look at these different accessories and figure out which of them I can use personally and possibly ones that you guys have had your eyes on for quite some time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the back desk here. We're going to take a look at these accessories. This video is going to be a little long. It's probably going to be about 10 minutes long. So, buckle up, grab some popcorn. Y'all know how we do. Don't forget to subscribe and also ring that bell so you'll be notified of every additional video I do on this product. And trust me, guys, there's going to be quite a few. So let's get right to it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go. So the first product we're going to take a look at, guys, is going to be the Steel Shot aluminum set here. This is basically a point and shoot type of cage to allow you to have some of those features that we normally associate with point and shoot style cameras. So that's this accessory right here. So here is the cage that comes with it. Now, most of you guys have seen this style cage before. It's an all aluminum cage. What's nice about this one, it has that simple button here for pressing to open it up. You have your rubberized material inside here to protect your camera. You have additional rubberized pads here at the back that will also protect the camera. Everything's just going to slide in really easily. You have a cold shoe mount here. You have an opening for your microphone, another opening here for the other microphone. This guy is really well built. On the back here, you guys can see here we have our quarter 20. We still have our magnetic connections here if you wanted to, for some reason, mount this camera in a portrait orientation. So let's just get right to it. Let's go ahead and put this cage on so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. So all you have to do is slide the camera into the cage like so, snap this close. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now this camera is protected on all sides, and you have some additional protection for the screen. As you see, there is a recess there that, if this was to fall like so, it would protect the screen. I do recommend putting screen covers on all of these cameras as well. Now, to attach the handle, so you have your standard screw here, and then you have your little prongs here on the side that prevents this from, breaking loose. You have a quarter 20 underneath here as well. You have an open section here where you can add a lanyard, and you have an additional section up here where you could add a lanyard if you wanted to. This has some hidden secrets as well. There is a little injection point right here where you can save or hold an SD card. And this also comes with a tool that is magnetically connected. So this little tool right here is what you're going to use to, screw this together. So really simply, all you have to do is line this up. Now this little tool is good to have, but it is a little fiddly. And then once you have that secured, you can just give it a little torque just to make sure it's completely tight on there. And then you can take your tool, and the magnet will almost just pull it right back in, just like that. And then press that guy in like so. And you have your additional top trigger control. And this has an additional cold shoe here. So this basically fits into this cold shoe like so. Just slides in like that. And that's going to give you the ability to turn on and off the camera by just depressing that. I would be careful of this. I've had other cages like this where if you're, kind of, fat fingered like me and you're constantly, moving your thumb around, you will depress this quite often. So that will start and stop, recordings. So just be aware of that. But the grip on this feels really, really nice in the hands. As you guys can see, it gives it a very elegant profile. It is very rugged now. It feels very weighted. So that's going to give you additional stability when you're moving around with this camera. So I think a lot of you guys are really, really going to love having something like this little cage. I know some of you will say, well, Rome, I don't need, the grip and all of this other stuff. That's a lot. Is there another option? And yes, there is. There is an additional cage that you guys can purchase here that is very similar in its design. And I'll show you guys what that looks like. And that is this cage right here. So this is basically the same cage, if I'm not mistaken, without the grip and the top piece, okay? So you have an option of going with either of these two cages. It just really depends on which one is going to be better for you. They're both aluminum. This one also has that quarter 20. It has the magnetic connections here. It has all of the openings that we mentioned before. It also has the cold shoe here on the top. The button is very responsive, quick to open, just like before. Same padding inside in the same areas. So yes, this is an excellent little cage for your camera if you just want something kind of bare bone, but providing some mounting points as well as additional security for the camera. So this is another option. All right, guys. So the next thing we're going to take a look at is going to be this set of ND filters. Now, I have tried a variety of different ND filters over the years. I've tried the standard ND filters, where you have an ND filter for each strength, 16, 32, 64, all of that stuff. And then I've also tried variable ND filters. Now, this one actually comes with 3 ND filters. You get a CPL, you get a UV, and you get the variable that I mentioned. The variable is really nice because this is going to be from 2 all the way up to 32, really simple, just like that. Just rotate this little dial here, and this fits perfectly over the lens. You don't have to take the lens off or anything like that. It's just going to press on just like so, and then you can easily rotate this to whatever strength you need for this lens. This is a relatively bright area that we're in. As you can see here, the ND filter is at 0, but this is set to auto. So we're going to go in and change a few things just so you guys can get the idea. So of course we're at 4K, we're at 60 frames a second on here, but what we want to do is we want this to be in manual mode like we normally would have this if we were recording something out in the field. So 60 frames a second. Let's just bring it down to what I normally shoot, which would be 30 frames a second or 24 frames a second or something like that, okay? So then the next thing we want to do is we want to adjust the ISO and the shutter speed. I really want that to be on manual, so let's move that to an ISO of 100. And the shutter speed, because we did 30 frames a second, and we're not going to adjust the EV or anything like that, so we're just going to go ahead and click OK. And you guys can see how dark this screen is now. And of course, there's not enough light that you're going to see the difference in this room, but you get the idea. If you're outdoors, this is going to be about where you would want everything to be. So 30 frames a second, or if you went, back up to 60 frames a second, it's basically giving you the same controls. So I can still go back in here, 60 frames a second. So I'm going to set this at 120 and ISO of 100. And that would be my normal outdoor, shooting frame rate and everything. So also don't forget to go down here and explore some of these other settings. In future videos, I will talk about how I utilize these settings as well, as far as, the aperture fixed, if you want it to be f 2.6 or 2.8 or 4.0, that variable aperture really comes in handy, and it's going to work well in conjunction with this variable ND filter. Now, the next filter that we have here is going to be this CPL, and it does basically what you expect it to be able to do. You can start the CPL off by making sure this little white line right here is at the top, and there we go. So now we have our CPL on. You see how easily this fits on. And we also receive in this little bundle, we have our UV, be good for a richer color when you're out there outdoors shooting. You can also use this indoors depending on your lighting situation. But then you have a UV filter, you have a CPL, and then you have your variable ND filter all in one bundle, which is really nice. So since we have these out right now, we're just going to jump over to the next accessory. And the next accessory is actually this case that you guys see here. So what I like about this case, one, it is built very well. You can see here it has minimal branding on it. It has one of my favorite things. It has 2 zippers built in. You have that waterproof lining or gasket here to protect this from moisture. When you open this guy up, you have some pre-cut storage spaces. So with this one, it is designed to fit the camera right in the case. Now, this is a camera without a cage. And also all of your ND filters, you can place those in here as well. They'll just slot in like so. Actually, I'm curious on this variable. Will it go in there as easily? Not so much. Okay, let's see if I can close that with that. Yeah, okay, no problem. So it's going to be out just a tad bit. It's a little bit higher up because this is a larger filter, as you guys can see there, but it does fit in there, no problem whatsoever. You guys can see I have a battery in here. You can put up to 2 batteries in here. If you have a small microphone, you can fit that in here as well. All of your other accessories, things like your cables can fit in here. There's also a little lanyard in here that you can deploy if you want to. You can actually use that to clip onto the back of this. So you have this little section right here that you could connect that little lanyard to. So if you want to hang this off of something, I use a really large bag for, transporting a lot of my tech when I go out on location. So whether it's a drone or standard cameras, but this will fit right inside of that same backpack in its own little section. So I don't have to worry about, needing to find any of these other things. But I like the fact that I can just throw everything in one case and I don't have to worry about it. All right, so what do we have next? Next item we have is going to be this little selfie stick. Now, this thing is going to really come in handy for a lot of you guys, especially you guys that are doing blogs, that do a lot of time lapse or record yourself. This guy's going to be a win. All right, so in the box, you're going to receive your thumb screw, and then you get the selfie stick itself. So here's the selfie stick. It has this nice little rubberized material all the way around it. This one will telescope up to about 15 inches. So relatively long for what it is. And you can adjust this down into sections and it'll pretty much stay at that section. So if you wanted just to be this tall, you could easily depress that. You guys can see the little markings on here where it kind of locks into place to each one of those areas. On the top here, we have a ball head mount. We have the tensioner for the ball head mount. This is completely adjustable. So if you want to do like a top-down style shot or whatever you want to do, you can position that and level it however you need to. Then lock that down. Of course, here we have the standard GoPro style fingers, and that's going to be great for any of the accessories that you'll use with this. So you could just take your accessory, your little thumb screw, drop that on like so, and then you'll still be able to adjust this somewhat if you need to, and then tighten it afterwards. It's totally up to you. Now, one of the things I did notice here, if you wanted to sit this on a table and you wanted it to be a tripod style, you would have to raise this first, okay? So you can't have this all the way down. Show you what I mean. So if this was all the way down like this and you open this up, it's not going to work. So it's just going to kind of wobble like so, right? So you do have to have it somewhat up in order for you to be able to use this flat on a table. But in most cases, I think this is still going to be great. All right, so I want you guys to see also, once everything is assembled, you have it locked down. It does have these little rubberized pads underneath here that's going to prevent this from sliding around. So once this is on a surface, it should stay wherever you want it to be. And then, of course, you can take your camera, quick mount, pop that guy on like so, and you're pretty much good to go. So whether you want to use this as a selfie stick, if you want to use it as a tripod, whatever the case is going to be, the ball head mount on here is very strong. So you could, of course, like I said before, you could adjust this more like a top-down style camera. If you're going to be doing some tutorials where you're showing the back of your camera, this is going to be ideal for that. So for my other content creators out there, this is a great option for you guys, as you're walking through and showing the different features of a camera. This is just really going to come in handy. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell, guys. These are all of the accessories that were sent out to me by Telesin. I will be doing future videos on other accessories that I've received and also will be testing. But for the most part, these are very self-explanatory. So one of the things I want to show you guys here real quick, so I'm just going to do this really fast while I have it on my mind. I'm going to tilt this guy back up. And I'm going to put the cage back on really fast. So I want you guys to see how fast we can actually get this camera back into the cage. So we're just going to pop this guy in like so, locked in place. We can still throw this back on if we want to. So as you can see, guys, this is very easy to assemble, to adjust, to get ready to run and gun, depending on whatever it is that you want to record or capture. I am a big fan of this type of technology. These type of accessories really come in handy. They're very portable, easy to travel with. So depending on your workflow, I think this is going to be, or either all of them or them in part, will be excellent for you guys to take a look at. All right, guys, it's been your buddy Rome with Rome Knows Tech, and I will catch you all in the next video. I'd like to thank Telesin again for sending these products out for me to take a look at. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, ring that notification bell so that you'll be notified on our next video on the Action 6 and other tech that I talk about. And I will see you all in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace. I'm out.